council representatives we have a high senior population, and it's different cultures, different needs, and to be able to overcome isolation is really, really important. And so I really commend your goal and your mission to bring people together, to let them know about services that are available, and also to provide services that are culturally sensitive to your culture. That's so important. I too have a mother, 86 years old, who lives with me and my husband, and fortunately she's still independent, you know, a little problem here, there, but still doing okay. But you never know when you're going to need help, when you're going to need more. So I understand that it's important to do something for seniors because they have done so much for us, you know, before. So we're similar in culturally. As Francis mentioned, I just want to say at the provincial level, and I'm sure you know this, areas are, you know, divided sort of geographically, right? And we have, for example, three mainstream, I guess, organizations that work in our area. York West Active Living Center, just down the street, 1901 Western. They also offer some Somali program during the day. Humber services for seniors at Eglinton and Weston. And then there is St. Clair West for seniors at Kiel and Eglinton, but they also provide programs all over the area, and especially in certain buildings. So those are the main three that look after the seniors, and they're also the ones that have established, let's say, a relationship with the provincial government and with the local health integration network, which is the one that funds the organization. So I highly recommend to see, because if you're going to need funding, you're going to need help. At the beginning is a new organization, you will not get it. But if you do a partnership, this is what Francis was saying. So you say, okay, we're going to partner with Humber Seniors for Meals on Wheels, because they offer that. We're going to partner with York Active Center for day program. Then you start building a reputation, no? And then with time, you either continue partnership or you may be able to stand on your own feet. But that's how you start. So, you know, we're available to offer any help. And I think this is a good crowd, so this will be very successful. So, inshallah, lots of success.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Omar. I'm a social worker with the Canadian Mental Health Association for the last 12 years. So the question is, I know that there are many senior centers here, but the question is why the integration was not so fast with some of the communities? Because there is some barriers that whether it's mental health, whether it's seniors, whether it's there are some barriers. And so we are building at the start to bridge together to the main community centers. So we have already communication. I volunteer here and also a member of the board members here. So we already talked to the CNAP programs who are serving North York region for the seniors. We also with the Halal Meat and programs with the Mississauga and also Scarborough for the Islamic community welfare center there. Yes. Also, we are communicating with all the centers who are here in our New York southwestern area. But I think that mostly now they need to start with cultural competent services that can easily understandable for them. I know that there's here there's one center one day they provide some Somali community services, but not every day. The isolation is the most problem here. Because if they are isolated here, I think that most of the children, they grew up and they left and they are working busy. So we wanted to bring here together so they can have that discussion and that talk together and that socialization activity. So that was the basis of to start with this organization and to build up forward. We know that there is a lot of here, but we will integrate, and also with the help of the volunteers here, some students are York or university students, some seniors, all they are taking part of this. So we are not only looking seniors, but also we saw some people who already newcomers here. They are coming, they don't know where to go. That is the problem. So we are already started to connect, where they need to get, whether it's immigration service, whether it's the healthy and ish services, where they can get all these things. Because when they see here, they don't know where to go. So we are offering all that facilitation, and we will connect all together.
But have you spoken to York West? Because Suzanne from York West, we sent her the flyer today, and she didn't know.
We were working already for only 3 weeks here.
Yeah.
We started in May, but already we have a communication with the BI office here to help us communicate with everything. So we are working together with the help of the office here. But I think that once we establish here a little bit, then we start doing that, all connections together.
Our recommendation is because usually as elected members for the area, we have many organizations that are new and that will turn to us for assistance and say, so how do we navigate the system? How do we get funding from, let's say the city, or how do we get funding from the province? How do we get space? That's another question we get all the time. And so we are giving you just a recommendation of working in partnership, because it's the easiest way to get that reputation and to get that initial funding. And then, as you know, if you work for Videnta, you know well, as you build your reputation, then you're able to do it on your own, right? But at the beginning, it's very difficult. And because the area is already covered, they will say, well, there is the culturally sensitive. However, for example, Francis and I worked with an organization who is down on St. Clair in Runnymede, that area, and they provide, it's a Portuguese organization, and they built the community out of, volunteer, and they built a whole center. By themselves. After they built the center, they came and said, how can we get funding? Now the problem is that from the provincial side, the province would have given money to build the center, but now they were cut off because the province is now funding people individually. So those people, so now they had to look for people. They would come into the center. It was almost empty all the time, and so they had to build them partnerships, and so it was very hard for them. But I mean, they are a successful organization, still rely a lot on their communities because everything was done backwards.
So that's the reality. The collaboration is the major important, because we really need also to reach with a number and really in our area. You see, 1901, there's a similar.
Happy.
We don't want to repeat
They'll
that.
be happy.
Iska fasaxna marka dadka
Because Suzanne didn't know anything.
Yeah, absolutely. We will really, because we are running out of time, and
So
really, we are very grateful.
So sorry, we're gonna have to go. We have some.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying.
So thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.